Welcome to First Chapter Friday. We're going to continue taking a look at our nutmegs. This one is called Cog, and this is written by Greg Van Eekhout. And we've got a character here who looks like a boy, but Cog is short for cognitive development, actually a robot. So listen up. Chapter 1. My name is Cog. Cog is short for cognitive development. Cognitive development is the process of learning how to think and understand. In appearance, I am a 12-year-old boy of average height and weight. This means I am 58 inches tall and weigh about 90 pounds and 7 ounces. In actuality, I am 7 months old. Now I will tell you some facts I have learned about platypuses. Platypuses are carnivorous mammals with thick fur like otters and paddle-shaped tails like beavers and bills. Platypuses are carnivorous mammals with thick fur like otters and paddle-shaped tails like beavers and bills and webbed feet like ducks. Male platypuses have a sharp spur on their hind feet that delivers venom. Platypuses have no stomachs. The story I am about to tell you has nothing to do with platypuses, but when I learn something, I enjoy telling people about it. It is part of my programming. I have learned many things about platypuses. I have learned many things about many things. My life is a story about learning things. I am happy to have learned some things and unhappy to have learned other things. This is me, Cog, telling you about all the things. I live in a room with a bed where I lie down. It is called a bedroom. I have shelves for my 1,749 books on topics including mummies and rockets and marsupials and knights. Reading is one of the ways in which I increase my cognitive development. Sometimes, when I am supposed to be in sleep mode, I lie in my bed, reading my books, looking at the glowing stars stuck to my ceiling, and imagining I am under a real night sky. I am not good at sleeping. It is a bug. After my bedroom, my favorite room in the house is the kitchen. This is where biofuel is stored and prepared. Pizza is my favorite biofuel. There are cupboards for dishes and cups and drawers for forks and spoons and knives. There is a machine in the kitchen for washing these items. The dishwashing machine just washes dishes. It is not good at conversation. Another room in the house is the living room. It contains a large television and squishy furniture. Sitting on squishy furniture and watching television is defined as living. The largest room in the house is the laboratory. It is equipped with tools, chests, computers, and a 3D fabricator. There is a table upon which I often lie while Gina Cohen makes repairs and adjustments to me. Gina is a scientist for Unimind. She has brown eyes like my visual sensors and brown skin like my synthetic dermal layer. Her hair is black and shiny like the feathers of a bird in the corvid family, which include crows and ravens. When she smiles, which is often, a small gap is evident between her two front teeth. My teeth, which are oral mastication plates, have no gaps, but I enjoy practicing smiling with Gina. I spend most days engaged in educational activities. Sometimes this means solving puzzles. Sometimes it means practicing simple tasks like tying my shoes or preparing my own biofuel in the kitchen. Sometimes it means sitting on the lab table while Gina opens my skull and does things with screwdrivers to my brain. And sometimes, but not very often, I engage in learning outside the house. This morning, Gina takes me outside. We drive down the curving streets that lead away from my home. My olfactory sensors detect the spice of pine trees and sweet scent of grass. Birds chirp and flit among the trees. Nice to be outside, huh? Gina says, showing the space in her teeth. The sky is bright blue. Somewhere out there, unseen in daylight, real stars shine. I am with my friend. I am going to learn. It is very nice, I agree. Today's lesson is shopping. Shopping is the process by which products are obtained, and this process is conducted in a building called a shop or store, or in this case today, a giganto food supermart. Gina parks the van and shows me where to get a shopping cart. It takes 3 tries before we find one that doesn't have a stuck or wobbly wheel. These carts have bugs, I report. Gina laughs and says, yes, Cog, it seems most shopping carts do. Bugs are mistakes. I have quite a few, but Gina tells me not to worry about them because most things are buggy. Gina works to eliminate my bugs all the time. We go over a rubber mat and the glass doors of Giganto Food Supermart slide open. I think I experience a bug now because for a moment I just stand in the entrance overwhelmed. Giganto Food Supermart is a single room that is wider and taller and goes back farther than any room I have ever experienced before. Lights blaze from the ceilings. Music plays from somewhere I cannot see. People wind through aisles with buggy shopping carts filled with biofuel. Gina brings me back to attention by handing me a list. There are 34 items, and it covers 2 sides of a sheet of paper. These are all the things we need, Cog. The items are located in different parts of the store. She points out signs above each aisle. The signs will show you where some of the items are located, but some items aren't marked on the signs, so you'll have to devise other ways of locating them. Are you not going to be supervising me? Nope. Remember, the point of this lesson isn't just shopping. It's learning how to be independent. I assumed you would be walking alongside me as I was learning to be independent. She waves her hand toward a cluster of chairs and tables on the far side of the store. I'll be right over there, drinking coffee and catching up on work. She ruffles my hair. You can do this. I take a look at my list and begin pushing my cart. Cheese is the first item. Moving along the end of the aisles, reading the signs, I find the cheese aisle quite independently. The cheese is kept in an open refrigerated case. There are racks and racks of cheese, bins of cheese, round blocks of cheese, rectangular blocks of cheese, square packs of sliced cheese, bags of shredded cheese hanging from hooks, American cheese, Mexican cheese, Italian cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, pepper jack cheese, mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, mild cheddar cheese, Romano cheese, Parmesan cheese, shredded Mexican cheddar blend, shredded Italian cheese blend, cream cheese, string cheese, goat cheese, whizzy cheese, which is a kind of cheese that can spray from a can. When I walked into Giganto Food Supermart, I possessed a vocabulary of 37,432 words. And the time I have stood in the cheese aisle, my vocabulary has increased by 14. All my new vocabulary involves cheese. I load the cart with every kind of cheese, including 4 blocks of mozzarella cheese, because mozzarella cheese is pizza cheese. The cart is full when I finally push it away from the cheese aisle. The wheel wobbles. I suppose bugs can arise at any moment. The next item on my list is toothpaste. I find toothpaste very independently. There are almost as many varieties of toothpaste as there are cheese. Maybe I do not need to obtain toothpaste. Toothpaste and whizzy cheese seem to share many key similarities. Perhaps I can brush my teeth with whizzy cheese. I skip toothpaste and continue to the next item on my list. I'm not very good at shopping, it turns out. I report back to Gina, struggling along with 2 buggy shopping carts piled with mounds of cheese and toilet paper and peanut butter and no toothpaste. She puts her hand on her forehead, a gesture I have learned can mean she has a headache. You did not put aspirin on the list, but I know where it is. I will go get another cart. No, thank you, Cog. I'm fine, it's just... She takes out her notebook and clicks open her pen. Can you tell me how you made your shopping decisions? I explain my cheese dilemma to her and my idea about brushing my teeth with whizzy cheese. She nods a lot and jots down notes. When she is done taking notes, she clicks her pen closed and pockets her notebook. Well, we have some things to work on, mainly concerned with judgment, but for a first attempt, you did a very good job, Cog. I feel warm inside. It is a familiar sensation, something I experience whenever Gina tells me I've done something well. But we don't actually need all this cheese, she continues, nor do we need 7 dozen apples or 8 different kinds of orange juice or 12 different varieties of dish soap. So let's start putting most of this back. I learned that unshopping takes a lot longer than shopping. As we return items to shelves, Gina explains to me where my judgment is faulty and led me astray. Is my judgment the result of a bug? I ask her. Can you fix it? No, she says, hanging 7 bags of shredded cheese back on their hooks. It's just something you have to learn. It's like my old professor used to tell me, good judgment comes from experience, but experience comes from bad judgment. This means we learn by making mistakes. I processed this for a while. How long did it take you to learn good judgment? Oh, I'm still learning it, buddy. I'm learning it all the time. That night, as I lie in my room, unable to enter sleep mode, I look at my stars. I imagine I can see beyond them, through the ceiling of my room, through the roof, through the sky. I think about what Gina told me. We learn by making mistakes. I am COG, short for cognitive development. I am built to learn, which must mean I am built to make mistakes. I form a decision. To increase my learning tomorrow, I shall make some big mistakes. So to find out what kind of mistakes COG makes, and if he ever gains judgment, check out the book COG, which is one of the 2022 Intermediate Nutmeg nominees. Have a great week!